How much fun was that today? I mean, that was the loudest I think we've heard, the offense and defense jawing at each other, right?
Yeah, I mean, just the competitive edge, honestly. Like, just you kind of get the feeling of football is like really here. Like, you kind of get to those first few practices of camp, and you're like, okay, this is kind of grueling, and then you get through it, and it's like, okay, we're playing football again. So it's pretty exciting.
Does it make a difference that you're inside, so you're not like dying like
yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think it was just rejuvenating for us all and still getting the same amount of work and getting better each and every day. So, but they're able to do that without the blazing heat. It definitely helped.
Then how much do you emphasize blitz pickups at this point in your kind of picking up the offense? Because obviously a rookie running back is always going to be a question you have to answer for you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always known, how important it is to protect the quarterback. So, really it's just all about technique and working at it. So, really starting even my last year in college, I really wanted to emphasize that. And, I just wanted to start out on a good foot when I came here and really pick up those pressures and have, the quarterback trust me, the line trust me, and just be, in tandem with them, because that's all it is just being smart and being able to understand, okay, this backer's here and this backer's there. So just being all one unit, that's really important for me.
Devin, what has it been like learning from guys like Alvin and Clay?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. Obviously those two guys are really successful and some of the best in the league to do it. And for me to be able to pick up, what they're putting down each and every day, and for them to keep giving me advice, it means a lot. And, I definitely just look forward to getting better each and every day with them too, because I know they're looking out for me, and I just got to be a sponge and keep leaning into that.
It seems like in college you got so many reps at so many different things. Catching the ball and blocking and passing protection and running. Does that maybe give you a little bit of an advantage as opposed to, I don't know, somebody at some schools where they're splitting the load a lot more as a running back? It seems like you've had a ton of time on task at pretty much everything you're going to have to do. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. And especially being, at Kansas, we were a pro-style offense, so I'm used to being in a huddle, hearing long play calls and being able to decipher those. And I definitely think that gives me an advantage. And, by the end of the day, you still have to be in your playbook and study and be responsible. At the end of the day, right before you go to sleep, just look through your pages one last time, because at the end of the day, you don't really get too many opportunities to mess up. So you have to just execute every time you step up on the field.
It might be difficult with this many backs in kind of a competition, if you will, just to not kind of put too much pressure on those individual reps to, okay, this is why I'm on the field, and you're pressing a little bit too much. Is that something you have to avoid?
Yeah, I mean, in a way. But, for me, I'm just thinking about getting better with each rep. I'm not really focused on, who I'm running with, how many reps I'm getting today. Whenever, JT calls my name to go out there and go get the rep, I'm looking forward to go execute and do the best I can on that rep and just keep getting better, because that's all I can do.
How realistic are the reps for a running back when it's not like actual tackling? How do you guys?
I mean, at this level, I think it's pretty realistic. Obviously, I'm used to being tackled. I know all the other running backs are used to being tackled. We know what it feels like. But at the end of the day, it's about running hard, hitting your hole when you need to, and, just taking care of your assignment. At the end of the day, that's going to translate to game day when you are being tackled. But that's just another opportunity for you to break tackles, because I think even in this setting, it's harder because you have all 11 defensive players wrapping up on you, punching the ball. So when you get in the game, if it's a one-on-one situation, you're just going to be better for that.
With Bayless's touchdown run yesterday, it seems like, just watching the sideline, he's got kind of an extra gear there. Obviously, he has the wide receiver background. Is that accurate? Like, does that speed kind of play a little different?
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it. I think everyone saw it. Yeah, he's one of the fastest guys probably on the team. And, yeah, I think that's definitely a gift that he has that can bring a lot to this team.
You've seen a lot of breakaway runs with both first and second units. What do you just think about the talent you guys up front with the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to run behind these guys, both groups, because I just think they're working so well as a unit, and you can just see everything clicking. And, yeah, everyone's making mistakes here and there, but, I'm definitely included in that as well. So it's so cool to see guys bounce back and everything's clicking, and I can just see this offense really just becoming one.
To that point of not pressing during your reps, do you feel like getting away from the script today kind of helps with that, playing a little looser and not saying, all right, I know after this, I'm getting my one rep here now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's bonuses to knowing kind of what the rep is before you go out there, so you can kind of hone in on your assignment. But, I think when you go off script, it kind of gets more realistic, and so you have to process faster. You have to really think, and, I just think that any chance I can get to make it feel more game-like, it just helps me and puts me in a better position, go execute in game time.
Having that experience at Kansas, you're from Kansas, right? Too,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
From Kansas, going to Kansas, and then being in that. What is like maybe one thing that stands out to this experience right now in the first week? Like when you talk to family, like is there something about this experience, in New Orleans and at training camp that has been a wow thing for you at this point?
The heat. Yeah, I mean, I feel like by the end of this, I'm gonna be in the best shape of my life because it's just so hot out there. But just honestly, just really the mental battle, because I mean that's not easy. You have to go out there and you have to perform your best in that grueling heat each and every day, and you're just going to be better from it. So I definitely would say that number one. But then obviously just getting adjusted to the game speed, because it's so different. Like, and I always knew it, but to actually experience it is another thing. So just getting used to both those things and just executing it the best I can.